Pokemon enforcing stores to sell at MSRP. What effects can this have on the hobby? This is a discussion I've been wanting to talk about for a little while now, so let's jump on into this video. What's up, everyone? If this is your first time here to the channel, I'm Cody from Sellex Pokemart. I operate a small online store. If you would like to support our business or the channel, head on over to the website, which will be linked in the description below. Today is probably going to be discussing a very unpopular opinion, but it's something that I've actually been thinking about. It's been weighing on my mind for a little while now. And recently, with the FOMO of the new Charizard Ultra Premium collection, people are starting to get worried about being priced out of this product already. Even though most stores don't even have their allocations yet, this product could be printed into the ground and it could be available for everyone to buy. Just the other day, I watched a video from Danny Phantom, all right? I'm going to actually link that in the description because I think it's something a lot of people need to actually watch and understand. A lot of people like to throw around these terms that they like to point fingers and blame people for something they don't understand just because they're emotional, they're sensitive, they feel a certain type of way about something, they don't know how to express it or what to do about it, really. One thing I hear a lot is stores or businesses being called scalpers because they're not charging the price that someone feels is fair or should be charging. First off, to clear the air, a store is not a scalper. I don't care what you think it is. Now, a store can be overpriced. That's perfectly fine, okay? You could be unhappy about a store's prices, but let's not be throwing around these terms and start bashing on stores when you don't even understand the other side of it. There are a lot of things that go on within a business that you don't understand. And we're going to talk about some of those things today. Right now is probably one of the worst times we've ever seen for Pokemon. Right now, it's great for the buyer. It is definitely a buyer's market. The majority of products on the market today are selling for wholesale costs. And that's why I asked you to check out Danny Phantom's video, because he discusses this a lot more in detail. So I'm not going to go too crazy into this. But a lot of products, like an ETB, they cost about $25 for a store to purchase, okay? And then on top of that, you got to throw on processing fees that the distributor charges as well with that. So you might be looking at $26 in ETB. Look at the market price on the Astral Radiance ETB right now. I've seen stores sell these for as low as $28 for an ETB. What is the store really making after that? That's $2 profit. And then on top of that, the store is actually losing money because the store now has to pay a processing fee through their website. And that's if they're not even on eBay. Now, if they're on eBay, they're paying about 13% in fees. If they're on Whatnot, they're paying about 13% on fees. Just because a store gets something at a cheaper rate than going to Walmart or Target to pick up the product doesn't mean they can afford to just liquidate all the product. This is the same thing we're seeing with a lot of these new products coming out. Most collection boxes will not sell for MSRP. Most of them are selling for about $15, $16. Now, if it's a premium collection box, we saw the Lucario V premium collection box hit lows of $25 already. Okay, $25. This is a $40 product, for crying out loud. Now, I know a lot of people are sensitive about prices being higher than MSRP. I get it. I'm not made of money. I operate a store and I don't even own an ultra premium collection for myself. So for the people out there that are quick to point fingers and call a store toxic because they're not getting their way, or because they just don't know what else to do at this point, I don't even know. What makes someone actually sit back and say that store's toxic because they're not giving me the product I want for the price I want to pay? Do you go to Walmart and say, hey, I don't want to pay $40 for that ETB. You guys should give it to me for $28. No, you don't. And if you don't want to support your local LGS, that's perfectly fine. Go to Walmart. Go buy an ultra premium collection at Walmart. Oh, wait, they might not even be there. Because you know what? The real scalpers, the people that are actually scalpers, are at Walmart, probably taking those ultra premium collections for the people that are over here judging the stores. So something a lot of people like to throw around, a store should not be allowed to charge over MSRP. Well, if a store shouldn't be allowed to charge over MSRP, they shouldn't be allowed to charge under MSRP either. And there are a lot of problems with this because guess what, guys and girls? Booster box at MSRP is $144. An ETB at MSRP is $40. Shall I go on? Collection boxes, these are $20. Most tins are $20. These mini tins are like $9 or $10 MSRP. How much are you guys paying for these right now on the market. Most booster packs are going for about $3 a booster pack. You go to your local Walmart MSRP, a booster pack's $4.50. Guess what? Your Walmarts and Targets are scalpers too, guys, because they're charging over MSRP now. MSRP is raising, okay? Just so you guys know. I don't know if you've been to your Target lately or your Walmart lately, but all product has gone up pretty much in most areas, okay? And guess what? This is probably going to be the same across the board with most stores, all right? It is just not profitable at this point. Selling Pokemon right now is not easy, okay? There's very little profit. Like I just stated, just because we get our ETBs at 25 bucks, doesn't mean we're making money because MSRP is 40 bucks. We're selling those ETBs for maybe a break-even price at this point after our processing fees. If we have to sell at MSRP, you could say goodbye to those $100 booster boxes or $110 booster boxes because guess what, guys? $144 is the MSRP on a booster box. All right, but most people would not pay $144 for a lot of these booster boxes, which means a lot of products just gonna sit around. Nobody's ever gonna buy it. Same thing with these ETBs. They're not selling at $40. They probably won't sell at $35. I have Darkness Ablaze, Astral Radiance. They don't even sell at $30, guys. I'm not saying that I'm charging over MSRP for anything right now. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the ultra premium collections at this point. I know people are getting sensitive over this. Oh, here comes the scalpers. Okay, yeah, maybe you will see some scalpers, but guess what? For the most part, you guys should be pretty grateful for the fact that product is everywhere right now. This is what bothers me the most. And this is something I try to always keep it real with all you guys, okay? All you guys and girls. I always try to keep it real. All right, for the longest time, for a year, nobody could find product. And now product's everywhere and still nobody's happy. There are people that are bitching because their product that they're holding on to is not worth any money. Well, guess what, guys? You can't have it both ways. That's not how the world works. You can't expect an LGS to take a loss on a product that's actually going to be a sure seller when you're okay with them taking a loss on every other product that nobody even wants to touch, okay? So when an LGS is going to charge way under retail for a product just to sell it, why would they sell a product that's going to sell for way under retail? How can you blame an LGS that literally for the last month may have only made $200, $300 profit in a whole month of working? Would you work a full-time job for $200 or $300? That's your paycheck for the whole freaking month. $200 to $300. Would you do that? Ask yourself that question right now before you start criticizing LGSs for wanting to make a couple bucks off of a great product. So people are crying that they're not happy about paying over MSRP on certain products like an ultra premium collection, the one product they want to buy. It should be MSRP because guess what? If that's the case, then the ETBs that you want for your Lost Origin set or the booster boxes, you should be paying $40 for those ETBs. You should be paying $144 for those booster boxes because you should be paying MSRP on those if you think a store should be required to charge MSRP on this ultra premium collection. Yeah, it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I'm here standing up for the store and the small business owners because it seems like most of these stores that deal with this all the time, and trust me, a lot of these stores deal with it. I hear it all the time, okay? Most of them just bite their tongue and keep their mouth shut, but I'm not that type of person because I'm real with you guys. That's not okay. That's being a hypocrite right there. If someone wants to charge $150 for the Ultra Premium Collection, you have two choices. If you don't like it, just don't buy it. Do I need to say any more? You don't need to be the toxic one in this situation. Bitching and complaining about that store and that store's price. You can move on and just not buy it. It's that simple, okay? That store will go on without you. They will. Because there's going to be someone out there that's going to buy it if it's desired enough. If you're going out selling a used car, you got your old beat up 2003 Chevy Cavalier, guys, okay? You know, oh, I know what I got. I'm not taking less than this. Okay, so guess what? You put it on the marketplace, Facebook Marketplace or whatever. Put it up as make me an offer, okay? And then you have a guy that comes in and says, "Hey, I'll give you $1,300 for that piece of shit." And then you have another guy that says, I'll give you $1,500. Are you going to seriously be the guy to say, well, I want to make that guy that offered me $1,300 happy, so I'm going to take the lowball offer here, guys? You would not do that in your right mind. So for the people out there that say stores should have to charge MSRP, think about what you're actually saying. I think they should. I think Pokemon should enforce it. I would love that. If you guys are going to go out and buy an ETB from me at $40, a booster box for $144, I would be making money actually, okay? I make $200 to $300 profit on a good month. On a bad month, I've already lost money. Danny Phantom's video will go over a lot of that in more detail. I really do suggest you check that out because a lot of people just don't understand the truth behind actually running a card store. So many card stores are going out of business. You guys just don't understand it, all right? And it does get to a point, hey, for the people that say, oh, this is why I don't support my local card store, because when something hot comes out, they want to make an extra $20 over MSRP or something like that. Can you really blame them when they can't even hit profit margins to pay their rent on most products? So when you think about it, what about the brick and mortar stores out there that are paying maybe $900, $1,000, $1,500 rent a month just to keep their little store open? And that's just in my area. I live in a lower cost area to live. So for some people, that might even be a lot more money for rent to operate this card store, okay? Now, if I'm making $200 to $300 a month profit, what do they gotta charge to make profit when they already start out in the negative? They have to pay rent just to keep their store open. They have to start out in the negative already. Can you really blame them for an Evolving Skies booster box being priced at $170 instead of $150, which is the eBay low, or $155 or whatever the low is right now? Does that make them a toxic part of our community? Does that make them toxic to the hobby? Guess what, people? Because you got to wake up. Those stores are necessary for the hobby. Those stores are what host pre-release tournaments. Those stores are contributing to our hobby, okay? So if they want to charge a little bit more on a certain product, so be it. If you don't want to support them, that's on you. There are people out there that already understand this, and they support their stores because they know that it's harder work. They understand that they can't price as competitive as some online seller because, one, they don't get enough product. Two, because they don't get enough eyes on their store. Because when you're online, everything's very competitive. It's as simple as a Google search to find the lowest price. It's that simple, okay? So please, for the people out there, I just really hope that after seeing this video, you'll think about card stores a little bit differently. Even with an online store, you have to understand there are a lot of fees associated with that. It costs money to keep your website up and running. You have to pay money in every year just to be in business. When you go out and say, oh, a card store pays this price for that product, they shouldn't be allowed to do this or that, you need to take a step back and put yourself in those shoes, because there's a lot more involved in operating and keeping a card store in business than you actually really understand. And this may not be necessary for all people here. Some people might have came into this video knowing this, just laughing their asses off, thinking, how naive can people really be? Now, I did mention in my last video that I do think that paying maybe a little over MSRP is perfectly fair for this new ultra premium Charizard collection. That's just my opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's perfectly fine. If you want to hunt these down for MSRP, more power to you. Head on over to your local Walmart, your Targets, or maybe if you can find a game store that does have these for MSRP, great, then lock them down. I definitely don't have a problem with that, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with trying to find a deal. However, I just want people to be more open-minded. And keep in mind, when there are products like this, they're highly desired, and they might even be heavily allocated. We still don't know. That means that there are a lot less of these products out there. So if a store is going to charge way, way less than MSRP or MSRP, they're making a lot less profit now. Yes, they are selling the product, but at the same time, they're not getting much of this in. So if let's say you only get 4 or 5 of these in, and the cost of this is what, like $85 from distribution or something like that? then you're honestly making $40 a box, if that. And then you got to factor in fees and all that good stuff. And then some stores offer free shipping, and then you got to take that out of your profits as well. At the end of the day, you're making all of what, $200 maybe? And that was for one product release, and now they're all gone. So you sell them all off, they're gone. There's no more. So you're not making more money off that product. It's all gone. So can you really blame the store for that? Okay, this is their job. You do have to understand this. Like I said earlier, would you work a full-time job for $200 to $300 a month? I know if you asked me that question 5 years ago, I'd tell you hell no. But I like what I do. I love this. I love the community. I'm very passionate about Pokemon. And I do this, and I continue to do this because I know that if I keep putting the hard work in, that the business will grow, and that this community, this channel will grow, and I'll be able to someday make a living, pay the bills, doing something that I can honestly, truthfully tell you that I'm passionate about and that I actually love doing. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around through my rant. I really appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button. Comment below. I want to know your thoughts, your feelings below. Let me know. And as always, everyone, let's make like Charizard and keep this passion burning.